Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on NTA Channel 5 News at 1. I am Miriam Emekamadi. President Muhammadu Buhari today presented the 2021 budget estimates to the joint section of the National Assembly, which is estimated at 13.08 trillion naira. Rosemary Motalem Bilal gives us the short of that report.
President Muhammadu Buhari has presented 2021 estimated budget of 13.8 trillion naira to joint session of the National Assembly today. While presenting the budget, President Buhari urged National Assembly to pass the budget in good time so as to achieve the desired purpose. However, National House of Assembly members expressed readiness for the speedy implementation of the budget. Rosemary Motalem Bilal, NTA News.
Now, figures from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as of 7th October 2020 indicate 7 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT, making the total number of confirmed cases to be 5,765, while active cases now stand at 467. 5,219 cases have been successfully treated and discharged, and sadly, 79 deaths have so far been recorded in the Federal Capital Territory. Following the recent 6.1 billion naira approved by the Federal Capital Territory's administration to cover for a 4-year period of inabilities and entitlement of pensioners of the 6 area councils and staff of local education authority, Asabe Tanimo Williams got more update from the Director, FCT Area Council Staff Pension Board, Nazin Ndan.
The approved 6.1 billion naira, according to the Director, FCT Area Council Staff Pension Board, Nazin Ndan, was paid to 1,464 beneficiaries as well as inherited debts.
These payments are not made directly into their accounts, so some may think that we are paying them cash basis like contractors, but in this case, they go to the pension fund administrators. From the pension fund administrators, they will access their funds after 2 weeks of presentation of a letter of introduction from our office.
The director further disclosed that the board has commenced the process of paying prospective pensioners in advance.
As of now, there is no fixed percentage for payment of a lump sum. It all depends on how much you have in your retirement savings account and your useful age after retirement. And even some of the parameters may be whether you are a man or a woman, because in pension administration it is deemed that the man will die earlier than the woman. So these are the parameters that are being used.
Those who are still in active service have been advised to plan for retirement while they are still active, so as to enable them use their pension to take care of themselves during retirement. Asabe Tanimo Williams, NTA News.
Minister's press corps has lauded the Abuja Broadcasting Corporation for transforming ASO radio and television stations, which has accelerated information management in the FCT. This commendation came when members of the press corps paid a courtesy visit to the managing director of the station, Ibrahim Damisa, in Abuja. Deborah Micah reports.
As members of the press and watchdogs of the society, Vice Chairman of the Corps, Hudu Yakubu, described Abuja Broadcasting Corporation as a veritable tool for effective information dissemination. He says this is evident in FCT administration's commitment to enhance communication and information medium.
We had a lot of things that is happening here in ASO Radio. The transformation that is going on in ASO Radio here, courtesy of the MD in person of Ibrahim Damisa, and we said it should not be bad if we, the in-house journalists covering the FCT minister, will come here and go around the facility of the station and see what is going on, so that we should help the management and the station broadcast the good thing that is happening.
Managing Director, Abuja Broadcasting Corporation, Ibrahim Damisa, enumerating some of the achievements, says the organization is operating in two capacity as a radio and TV station.
You see, talking about the history of this place is talking about the achievements of the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Malam Muhammad Musa Bello, who understands the nitty-gritty of having a television station, a radio station that will bridge the communication gap between the populace and those in government.
Also, radio and TV's FCT owned, also broadcasting in local languages to bridge information gap at the grassroots. Deborah Micah, NTA News.
And on health, Nigerians have been encouraged to develop a culture of paying more attention to their eyes and shun unorthodox medication that could be injurious to the sight. Serafina Okon-Omekwe in this special report explores the prospect of the bill proposed by the optometrists seeking to promote eye bank in the country.
October 8 every year is set aside by the World Health Organization to mark the World Sight Day. This initiative is an advocate drive to sensitize people on the need to pay more attention to one critical body part of the body, the eyes. Experts say it has become necessary to create awareness on visual care and management given the increasing number of blindness and vision impairment cases in Nigeria.
The super glue is a chemical that can damage your cornea. And once there's an injury to the cornea, and unfortunately it hits with scar, it's a permanent scar. We live in a society whereby we don't have an eye bank.
Global statistics indicate that 2.2 billion people have some form of impairment, while 253 million people are completely blind. Ophthalmologists insist that this is preventable if individuals embrace the culture of seeking professional help in good time.
Someone who is trained, who has gone through school for over 6 years, done so many programs, would not stand up on the bus and start selling some miracle eye drops. So it all goes down to awareness and education of the public. Let them understand that these people are quacks. There's a kind of setting you would see. You don't need to be told that this person is not a professional. You would know. But the edge they do, the edge they tend to propagate is that they are offering cheaper services. And this is where the government also has to come in place.
Respondents maintain that upgrading existing health infrastructures, reviewing and instituting laws that tackles quackery and other health-related violations will go a long way in improving the overall status of healthcare delivery system in the country. They, however, advocate collaboration between government and the organized private sector in achieving the necessary reforms. Kenneth Chukwumoka is a typical example of the many cases of visually impaired victims. His lingering battle with eyesight has given his loved ones a cause for concerns. Kenneth Chukwu's cognac has suffered damaging effects as a result of an accident he had a while back. Unfortunately, his decision to patronize unorthodox modes of treatment has further aggravated his condition.
At about yesterday, the pain increased. I became so sensitive to light. No matter how dim the light is, as long as there's a light, my eyes are in pains. I couldn't even open the left one. Once I open the left one, the right one begins to pain. So what I did, I went to get penicillin ointment. Before sleeping, I applied it and slept. When waking up this morning, my eyes are swollen.
Medical expert cautioned that his condition may deteriorate if proper medical attention continues to elude him. There is no gainsaying that the eyes is the window to exploring and appreciating the aesthetics, beauty and wonders of the world. And when there is no sight, an individual loses the power to desire or even appreciate the beauty of creation, which is why experts say it's not too much to ask, adding that it is a matter of urgency. Every individual must take seriously to keep hope in sight. Serafina Okon-Omekwe, NTA News.
Now joining us in the studio to discuss World Sight Day is Dr. Francis Onachukwu, Secretary of the Nigeria Optometric Association. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Now tell us about your association, which not many people know about?
Okay, the Nigerian Optometric Association is the umbrella body for optometrists in Nigeria. Now, the optometrists are the custodians of eyesight in Nigeria. So we can say that they are major stakeholders for eye care in Nigeria as a whole. And if they are major stakeholders of eye care, it means they're in charge of the vision of the country. So imagine a country without vision.
Okay, being in charge of the vision of the country. So how far have you gone in sensitizing the people?
Well, we have done quite a lot this year. We've done more of media campaigns. However, we always say that there is room for more because we have tried to see how we reach out to people in targeted places. This year is very peculiar due to the COVID-19, and we have taken a lot into considerations because previous years we always ensure that we do free screenings in designated points, we do rallies and all that. But in strict adherence to the COVID-19 guidelines, we are doing as much as possible to avoid overcrowding places. So this year we're doing more of media campaigns. We are doing social media campaigns. We're even doing on social media. There is what we call the Vision Challenge. On Instagram, on Facebook, you can just use the hashtag Vision Challenge, and you would be able to get more information on eye care this year.
All right, it's obvious you are doing a lot, but what are the challenges you're facing in your association?
Now, one of the major challenges that we have as optometrists in Nigeria is the geometric spread across all the local governments in Nigeria. Now, if you imagine the idea of eye care is to ensure that it's accessible, number one, and affordable to everyone globally. How can we achieve this if there are no optometrists in every local government area? Earlier this year, I did a personal survey in the FCT, and I went round to majority of the primary healthcare centers to see how much of eye care is there. It will surprise you to know that over 80% of our primary healthcare centers in the FCT lacks optometrists or do not even have any basic facility for eye care. So how do we ensure that this eye care reaches the people? Because primary healthcare center is the first point of call for the people when they have issues, whether in their health or in their eyes. So if these primary healthcare centers lacks primary eye care professionals, how do you think eye care is accessible to those people? So that is one of our major challenges, getting the professionals closer to the people so that they can get good vision treatment at the exact time that they need it.
Okay, so how are you beating the challenge?
Well, so far we are into talks with the government, into talks with the FCDA to see how they can increase the employment opportunities for optometrists in this primary healthcare center. Because if this center lacks the professionals, then the eye care of the people won't be catered for as it should be. So it's still more of influence. In fact, the World Sight Day, one of the major goals is influence. Influencing the government and the health ministry to provide good solutions to eye care, to provide good policies, enabling policies that will allow people to always check their eyes as at when due and make it affordable to them. Then also, we try to see how we can influence government by providing the necessary funds. I know this year all funds has been tilted towards COVID-19, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't take care of other parts of the body, including the eyes.
All right, the eyes are the most important part of the body, yet the most neglected. So how often should people examine their eyes?
Now, there's a popular saying that the eyes are the window to the soul. The eyes is the window to the body. Normally, let me give the standard measures. For you to check your eyes, from once you are giving birth to, there's something we call preschool screening. This is what is done standard in every country, in most developed countries. We do preschool screening. Once children are to resume school for the first time, we do a preschool screening to ensure that they are seen very well. And after then, beyond then, every 2 years, a maximum of every 2 years, you should check your eyes up until you are 40 years old. Now, once you are 40 years old, you ensure that you check your eyes every year. This is because as we grow older, there are a lot of systemic conditions which could also affect the eye comes into play. So beyond then, you check your eyes every year. And if you have peculiar eye issues, you can check it more often as 6 months, 1 year, but it's dependent on your optometrist.
Okay, there are a lot of people are blind and visually impaired. So how do you attract the global attention to the plight of these people?
On special days like this, which is World Sight Day, these are part of the things we do, public awareness campaign to inform people on the level of visual impairment globally. We also try to influence government, like I've already said, and we find target crowds whom we educate on the need for timely and routine eye checkups. Okay, and also visual loss it's common among the aged. If you go to the villages, how do we prevent this? The major thing, regular eye checkups, because there are some silent conditions. For example, glaucoma, which is called the silent thief of sight. Okay. You have this condition, you do not know. It gradually eats up your vision recedes until it's very late. Mm-hmm. And at that point, once you've lost that vision, you can't recover it. Mm-hmm. So regular eye checkups and good practices for the eye. Good food, eat anything that's good for the body is good for the eye. So basically maintain good hygiene for your body and for your eye. Okay, is there any other thing you may wish to talk to us about? Yes, eye prevention and care? Today being World Sight Day, the Nigerian Optometric Association has decided to offer free eye checkups to everybody in the FCT between the hours of 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So the time is ticking. Wherever you are, go to the nearest eye clinics and have your eyes screened for free. All right, thank you very much. Dr. Francis Onachuku, Secretary, Nigeria Optometric Association. Glad to have you. We'll take a short break now. When we return, the news continues. Stay with us.
Yeah, what though? This coronavirus, everybody they talk, not be play. Anybody fit catch am anywhere and e not dey show for face. If you catch am, you fit peme. If person wey get a cough or sneeze, anything where the cough touch, if you touch am, come touch your face, or you even go touch another person, you fit don catch am be that too. Na im make government say make you hear word, make you stay for house, arrange food where you go chop, keep for house. If you dey outside, no shake anybody hand, no dey hug anybody. Dey wash hand every time with soap and water where dey flow. Make you wash hand like say you use and touch pepper, come take and clean your face. If water no dey, use and sanitize am. If you dey cough, body dey hot and no fit breathe, if it be say na coronavirus be that so, make you call this number sharp.
Good to have you there. Following intelligence report that the members of the proscribed Islamic movement in Nigeria, popularly known as Shiite, we are undertaking a protest from Nasarawa into Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. Police command swiftly deployed operatives to Nasarawa FCT boundary to forestall breakdown of law and order. Ilyasu Onoti Yakubu brings us the details.
The development resulted into extra clog of traffic at the Nyanya axis along the FCT Nasarawa boundary. Many civil servants residing at the Karumaraba Nyanya Kefi axis and a host of others were still making efforts to find their way to their workplaces as at midday due to the police checkpoint.
I got the information that Shiite protesters have the intention of storming Abuja today. I haven't seen any one of them, and but as you can see yourself, the road is totally blocked here. A lot of passengers are behind. A lot of buses are still behind.
I entered bike. We reached them. We reached in there. There's mud goes through. I cannot go with bike. I have to trek with my feet down here now. So it's a very bad experience.
The FCT police, however, said the operation was inevitable to prevent unnecessary chaos by miscreants who by law have been proscribed.
Our area is very, very calm. The situation is calm. They couldn't penetrate. And from the intelligence we got, they have dispersed. They couldn't enter into our city center. And within the city center, we also directed all our DPOs to beef off their buffer zones. Already we have existing buffer zones. Any gathering of more than 10 persons, they should be dispersed.
The command enjoined law-abiding citizens to go about their lawful businesses as it is on top of the situation. In Abuja, Ilyasu Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
The NDLEA FCT command has paraded 13 suspected drug peddlers and 5 others who use various substances in the territory. Commander of the agency, Amisu Lawal, said the campaign against illicit drug in the territory is yielding desired results. Again, Ilyasu Onotu Yakubu reports.
The suspects were arrested from all corners of the territory, and their stock in trade ranged from cannabis sativa to cocaine, as well as codeine syrup and heroin. 37-year-old Sunday Biodun, an ex-convict of the same crime, was arrested alongside 4 others at Douala Street in Wuse Zone 5 with 8.6 grams of cannabis. But what will interest people most is the careful way in which he concealed the product in an umbrella to hawk on the streets.
If you buy this one now, maybe you buy this one 1,000 naira, I will now select the big one inside and put it inside here and cover it and sell it 3,500, 4,000, 5,000.
During that coronavirus, so they are not pursuing me for work. So after them pursuing me for work, so for the July ending, that's why I started doing this thing.
Bello Ibrahim, Bala Muhammad and Idris Yusuf were all arrested at Geri while transporting their bags of hemp to different locations in the territory, all the way from Ondo State.
We do it first time.
Oh, you said it's your first time.
You
said
it's your first time. No.
Okay,
to go to my own.
You were buying.
Yes.
But he has been buying.
Yes.
And get customers.
Yes.
For him to
Yes. These are areas that are very notorious. You can't really understand what is happening if you have no business to do with the drugs. But the moment you hang around that area driving slowly, quite a number of people.
Commander Hamisu Lawal said the agency has resolved to wage the war against drug crime and will stop at nothing until it succeeds. Ilyasu Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
And now sports. Brigadier General Abdullahi Mekano of the Nigerian Army has been elected as president of the Organization of Military Sports in Africa. As new coach of the Super Falcons, Randy Waldrum confirms his full commitment to Nigeria. Details with Abdullahi Ajia.
Nigeria's Brigadier General Abdullahi Mekano yesterday in Yaoundé, Cameroon, was elected to head the Organization of Military Sports in Africa as president after defeating 2 other candidates from Algeria and Guinea. The Nigerian military officer and deputy director of sports at the defense headquarters came first with 66.67% of the votes, while General Omar Gueriche of Algeria got 19.05% to emerge second, and Brigadier General Biro Conde scored 14.29% in third position. Meanwhile, the American tactician Randy Waldrum, who was appointed as head coach of the Super Falcons on Tuesday to replace Thomas Tanabe, says he is fully focused on contributing to the success of the African champions at the global stage. This came as a result of concerns raised over his term of engagement with the University of Pittsburgh. The 64-year-old, who is no stranger to women's football on the global stage, is expected to bring his wealth of experience in the team's performance. In tennis, world number 1 Novak Djokovic rattled off 3 straight sets to triumph 4-6, 6-2, 6-3, 6-4 in a high-quality contest that stretched beyond 3 hours to qualify for the Roland Garros semi-final at the expense of Spanish Pablo Carreño Busta, despite suffering neck and shoulder pains. With Sports Brief, Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
And just before we go, remember to wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially after you've been in public place. That's the news. Thank you for watching.